Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a topic that really touches everyone, often without us even realizing just how high the stakes truly are. Our physical fitness.
hmm
We're going to challenge that comfortable, almost complacent notion of average and really explore its hidden costs. We're drawing some incredibly sharp insights from an article titled The Hidden Cost of Average Fitness.
That's a provocative title.
It really is. It poses a pretty searching question. What if being just average in your fitness isn't merely okay, but is actually surprisingly expensive in ways you might not have considered?
Right.
Okay, let's unpack this idea of average fitness and see what the article uncovers.
Yeah, it's a great frame to start with. And what's particularly fascinating here is how the article fundamentally reframes fitness.
Hmm.
It sort of moves it away from being just a simple health goal, you know?
Right, like something on a checklist.
Exactly. Something we occasionally think about or maybe pursue half-heartedly. Instead, it positions it as a critical, fundamental life investment.
An investment, okay.
And like any investment, it comes with very real returns if you commit,
Yeah.
or, well, very real and often hidden costs if you neglect it.
You get any costs, yeah.
So our mission in this deep dive isn't just about looking at common health metrics like BMI or steps per day. It's truly about understanding the broader, far-reaching implications.
Mhm.
The implications of our physical state on our daily lives, our sense of opportunity, and even our core confidence. This piece really challenges conventional thinking
How so?
by suggesting fitness isn't some kind of luxury item, but actually a critical foundational investment in nearly every aspect of your existence.
That is a powerful shift in perspective, isn't it? So if we're talking about the hidden cost of average fitness, we probably first need to define what average actually looks like today, according to this source.
Good point, yeah.
The article paints a pretty stark picture, and frankly, quite recognizable for many of us, I think.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately recognizable, maybe.
Yeah. It describes the average body as often overweight, perpetually tired, constantly dependent on external stuff like caffeine just to survive the workday, let alone thrive.
Just getting through it.
Exactly. And then it hits you with this line that really makes you stop and think, that's not normal. That's not natural. That's a tax you pay for neglecting yourself.
Wow, a tax.
Yeah. It really reframes those daily struggles we sometimes just accept as, part of life, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And it's right there in this description of the average state that the article introduces this crucial concept of a hidden cost.
Okay.
It doesn't just present these observations like, oh, people are tired. It uses a really powerful analogy comparing our physical state to a form of accumulating debt.
Debt. Okay. Tell me more.
Imagine it this way, the article says. Every extra pound is a debt your body carries. Every skipped workout compounds like interest on a bad loan.
Oof. That hits
Yeah.
hard.
It does. And it's not just a casual comparison, right? It perfectly illustrates how small, seemingly insignificant choices or neglects, they add up exponentially over time.
Like financial debt, those small coffees, the little impulse buys.
Exactly. Just like with financial debt, those missed payments or small expenditures accumulate, and suddenly what felt manageable becomes overwhelming.
Right.
It's not just about feeling a bit sluggish today. The article really emphasizes the inevitable consequence.
Hmm.
Sooner or later, the bill comes due in the form of illness, weakness, or lost potential.
Lost potential. That's the key part there, isn't it?
I think so. Because it's not just about what you lose in health terms, but what you miss out on in life. Experiences, energy, opportunities.
Yeah.
It makes you pause and consider how much of that average tax might we be paying or seeing others pay without even realizing it.
That debt analogy, it really sticks with you. It highlights how easily we rationalize these small neglects until, well, they become something much larger. But the article makes it really clear that the costs go way beyond just physical symptoms or, future illness.
Right, it broadens the scope.
It expands the idea to something much broader, touching on aspects of our lives that we might not immediately connect to our waistline or our energy levels. This isn't just about physical well-being, is it?
No, not at all.
It impacts our confidence, our very demeanor, even the opportunities that come our way. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because the article uses this powerful, almost confrontational metaphor. Your body is your billboard.
A billboard. Wow.
Yeah. It suggests that when you walk into a room, before you even say a word, people instantly tell whether you respect yourself or not, based purely on your physical presence.
That's a strong claim.
It is. And it concludes that the world treats you according to what they see. That's bold, and I imagine for some it might feel a little harsh, maybe unfair,
Sure, yeah, it could sound superficial.
but it certainly makes you think about how much we communicate non-verbally, right?
Yeah.
And how that silent communication impacts our interactions day in, day out.
You're right, it's a bold claim.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
if we connect this to the bigger picture, it resonates deeply with how human beings are wired, maybe.
How so?
Well, this isn't just about personal feeling. It seems rooted in something more fundamental about social perception. Our brains are kind of hardwired to make quick assessments about others based on visual cues.
Right, those first impressions.
Exactly. Physical vitality, a certain upright posture, a healthy glow, these often subconsciously signal qualities like discipline, resilience, energy, even self-respect.
Okay.
Conversely, a slouch, a visible lack of energy, signs of neglect,
Mhm.
they can convey something else entirely, often without us even meaning to.
So it's not necessarily judging, but reading signals.
Perhaps. The article isn't necessarily advocating for superficial judgment, I don't think,
Right.
but it's highlighting a powerful, unspoken language that influences how we're perceived. Whether that's in a professional setting, a social gathering, or even just a brief interaction on the street.
And the article digs deeper into that.
It does. It discusses the implications for how we carry ourselves and interact with the world.
Mm.
It suggests that when you're strong, when you genuinely feel in command of your physical self,
Mm-hmm.
you command respect before you even open your mouth.
Yeah.
There's an inherent authority, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
a sense of self-possession that radiates outward. You simply look capable.
Right. There's a confidence there.
Exactly. Conversely, when you're weak, when your body perhaps betrays signs of neglect, the article says people see it.
Ouch.
Yeah. Again, it is not necessarily about conscious judgment all the time, but about those subtle, often unconscious cues we all pick up from each other.
And those cues then influence how we're treated.
That's the argument. They inform how we are perceived and, in turn, how we are treated, and the doors that might open or close.
That's a pretty profound thought, that our physical self isn't just for us, but is constantly sending these signals out to the world.
It's part of our communication package, intended or not.
So, okay, we've explored the hidden costs of average, which can feel pretty sobering. Kind of exposes the tax we might be unknowingly paying.
Yeah, it's not the most uplifting picture so far.
No, but the article isn't all doom and gloom, right? It vividly paints a picture of the upside, the profound alternative.
The dividend, as it calls it.
Exactly. What does it look like when we actively choose not to settle for average? It flips the narrative completely.
Right.
It describes the positive outcomes of truly investing in one's body, training with discipline, eating with purpose, treating sleep as sacred, not just an afterthought.
The fundamentals.
Right. It then illustrates the tangible, everyday benefits that spring from this commitment. We're talking about waking up with genuine energy, not just that caffeine-induced jolt we mentioned.
Feeling actually rested. Imagine that.
Right. Attacking the day with vigor instead of just surviving it. Climbing a flight of stairs without getting winded. Standing tall and moving with strength rather than slouching.
Small things, but they add up to a very different daily experience.
Totally. It calls all this the dividend of not being average. It's not just about avoiding a cost. It's about gaining something truly substantial and enriching in your daily life.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond simply avoiding the negative and actively pursuing the positive. And this raises an important question, I think.
Which is?
What exactly does freedom look like when it comes to our physical state?
Freedom. Interesting angle.
Yeah, the article connects these very tangible benefits,
Mhm.
the energy, the strength, directly to a deeper, more philosophical concept of freedom.
Okay.
It speaks of freedom from weakness, freedom from dependency, freedom from the limitations that the average man accepts as just life.
Just life. Wow. That really challenges the status quo.
It's a profound redefinition of freedom, isn't it? It clarifies that fitness isn't about superficial things like chasing six-pack abs for social media or hitting arbitrary numbers on a scale.
Not just aesthetics.
No. Instead, it's about this deeper sense of liberation, an ability to truly live life on your own terms, physically speaking.
Can you give an example?
Sure. It's the freedom to spontaneously decide to hike a challenging trail without a second thought, maybe, or to confidently keep up with your kids or grandkids without feeling like you're holding them back.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's the freedom to tackle ambitious projects at work with sustained mental clarity and physical stamina, rather than just dragging yourself through the afternoon slump.
Right, avoiding that 3 p.m. crash.
Exactly. It's about being able to do what you want when you want, without your body holding you hostage, constantly reminding you of its limitations. That, I think, is a powerful vision of what this investment can unlock.
That idea of freedom, of truly unburdening yourself from self-imposed limitations, it's incredibly powerful. It makes the choice feel incredibly clear, almost stark, really.
It boils down to something fundamental.
And the article distills everything down to that ultimate challenge, doesn't it? A moment of reckoning. It asks you, the listener, directly, what is the cost you're willing to pay?
The big question.
Yeah, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. It's a stark, almost unavoidable choice, isn't it?
It feels that way when you put it like that.
Because, as the article points out, one path builds you up, makes you stronger, more capable, more resilient. The other, well, through slow and steady erosion, it ultimately diminishes and destroys potential.
The slow fade versus the intentional build.
Exactly. And it doubles down on that warning we heard earlier about the hidden costs. And if you think being average in fitness is okay, just wait until the bill comes due. It always does.
Always comes due, no escaping it.
There's truly no escaping that ultimate reckoning, it seems to argue. It's a fundamental truth. You either pay the price of daily effort or you pay the much heavier price of regret later on.
It's a very clear-eyed assessment, isn't it? No sugarcoating there.
Mm.
So what does this all mean for us? For individuals who want to navigate a world that increasingly seems to demand more than just average.
Right. What's the takeaway?
The article really synthesizes its argument by positioning the body as the one thing you control completely. Think about that for a second.
It's true.
In a world full of external forces and circumstances, often beyond our influence, our physical being remains a domain where we have undeniable agency. We make the choices.
We decide what goes in, how much we move.
Precisely. It drives home the point that if you want to stand out, if you want to be exceptional, if you want to truly maximize your potential, you simply can't afford to be average in this absolutely fundamental aspect of your being.
Can't afford it. Interesting phrasing.
Yeah. It's not about being an elite athlete. Let's be clear on that. It's about making a conscious choice for intentionality and discipline over passive acceptance. Because that choice, the article powerfully argues, impacts everything else. Our mental clarity, our emotional resilience, our perceived competence, and ultimately, our capacity to live a full and vibrant life.
So the body is the foundation.
It's about recognizing that this foundation, this physical self, is the platform upon which all other aspirations are built. Neglect the platform, and everything else becomes shakier.
And there you have it. The central message of the hidden cost of average fitness couldn't be clearer, really. Being average in your physical state has profound and often unseen costs.
Costs that ripple outwards.
Exactly. Impacting not just your immediate health, but your confidence, your opportunities, and even how the world perceives and interacts with you.
Yeah.
The article's conclusion is a direct, unapologetic call to action. Stop being average. Average costs too much.
Plain and simple.
It really pulls back the curtain on how much we might be sacrificing by simply settling for what feels comfortable or easy in the moment. We hope this deep dive has given you a fresh, perhaps even challenging perspective on a topic many of us take for granted.
And maybe to leave you with a final provocative thought, drawing directly from the spirit of the source material.
Go on.
If choosing excellence and intentionality in fitness can open doors you didn't even know existed and redefine your sense of freedom, well, what other areas of your life might also be holding you back by simply being average?
That's a question to ponder.
It encourages us to reflect, doesn't it, on the broader implications of choosing intentionality and discipline, not just in our physical state, but in any area where we might be settling for less than our full potential.
Where else are we paying that average tax?
Exactly. It's an invitation to consider where else you might be accepting that tax without realizing its true cost.
Yeah.
Something to think about.